Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. I'm Andrea. Give you all a chance to get on here. How is everyone this morning, or whatever time of day it is? Where are you coming from? Let me know. I am in the Pacific time zone. I'm in California, so it is 9 a.m. here. Hopefully you guys are excited for this class. This is just kind of a how-to class and help you get into maybe a new pose for you. If you're not sure what bird of paradise is, then stay till the end so you can see. We're gonna have fun getting into it. I don't want anybody to take this class too seriously. This is a good class to just be light with yourself, have a little fun. This pose in itself, bird of paradise, it makes you learn to have patience, and it will help you build strength, build balance, all of those good things. So if you've never been in this pose and you're hoping to get into it today, this is the right class for you. If you have any shoulder issues, low back issues, things like that, hips, we are going to be doing a lot of twists, a lot of hip openers, shoulder openers, just to get us warmed up so we can play at the end and get into this pose. There are options for this pose. Not everybody can actually do it, and that's completely fine. If you've never tried, you might get a little further if you go through all the steps that I lead you through and we build to it. And then this will give you a foundation you can work through like continuously again and again. And I'll teach this class again in the future so we can try again. But I think this was just a fun class and a lighthearted class to keep us on our toes So let me know if you have any questions. I would suggest you have a strap if you have issues with twists or shoulders that are tight. That's going to help give you a little more length. You are welcome, instead of a strap, like you could use a belt or a towel, just anything that's going to give you a little extra length. If you have blocks, you're welcome to use those. Trying to think what else. If you don't have blocks, you could use books or something, just anything that's going to give you a little more height, maybe pillows, stuff like that. So with that being said, we are going to start with getting our body into reclined bound angle. So this is a way to get your hips to start to open, start to breathe in some oxygen to our muscles into the bloodstream. So we will start with a little breath work, hip opener, just to get you settled and get the space right. So start with the bottoms of your feet together. So they're bound. The further away they are from you, the easier your knees are going to flop open. The closer they are, the higher they're going to come up. So you can kind of start just by wiggling your knees, wiggling your hips out. And then what we're going to do is lay all the way back on our back with our feet together. If this is too much, you can put pillows or those blocks here to help yourself have a little bit of cushion and support. So once you're here, go ahead and begin to allow yourself to lay back. And once you're laying back, tuck your chin down so the back of the head is on the mat and your neck is nice and long and flat. Bring your palms out to the sides to allow them to relax, face up or face down. If this is uncomfortable, you can bring them to your low belly as well as we start to feel our breath in our body. So staying here, begin to breathe and notice how your body feels right now. Maybe you're in a go, 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 fight or flight state of mind, or maybe you are nice and relaxed. What we want right now is just to begin to relax the body. So starting to close the eyes and begin to breathe. Setting an intention for your class, the intention of not taking ourselves too seriously and having patience. Like I said, this pose definitely takes patience, and we will just be doing a bunch of openers to get into the space of bird of paradise. So think of your hips opening right now. Think of the breath you're bringing in, having all that oxygen that's going directly into the bloodstream as you inhale. And breathe into any spaces you feel tightness. Think of the oxygen going through those spaces, the joint spaces, the muscles, beginning to open and ignite. Having patience with ourselves, having fun, and finding enjoyment in your practice today. Start to notice how your breath feels. And right now I want you to just take an exhale out and release all the air out of your body. And when you're ready, seal your mouth closed and begin to inhale. Feel the chest expand, feel the belly puff up and make space in your body. Feel the hips open a little more. Once you've breathed into the top, open the mouth, exhale, release and let go. Let go of tension. Let go of any criticism for yourself. We'll do that again. Seal the lips and begin to inhale through the nose. Breathe in to make expansion. Expanding the lungs, the belly, holding at the top. And open your mouth, exhale, release, let go. Good. Taking the hands to the outside of the knees, begin to fold them closed like a book. I'm just going to turn to the side so you can see me a little better. Slowly bring the knees into the chest. Begin to rock left and right. Get the low back a nice little massage. Squeezing your knees in toward the armpits. Find stillness for a moment. You can go from the back of the thighs or you can go on the tops of the shins and the knees and pull your knees in toward the armpits. So they're spreading apart from each other. Pulling in toward the armpits. Keep the back of the head on your mat. That's going to keep your spine nice and long, protecting the neck. Squeeze in, try and push the tailbone to the mat. So we don't want to be up. We want to keep the tailbone down as the knees pull in. Good. Take your left leg long, hold the right knee in. Right knee squeezing in still, taking a nice deep breath. Start to roll out your ankle a little bit. And on your exhale, supine twist to your left. The right knee is going to cross over the body. You'll come up on the left hip and just bring that knee down. You want to try and keep your shoulders flat. So your right shoulder is down. So if your knee won't meet the ground, it's okay. We want this to be a twist to the low back. So if your knee won't meet the ground, you can put a pillow here. This is an early stretch, so don't force anything. You don't want to have tension or tightness. As you breathe here, start to deepen it up a little at a time. Your gaze can go off to the right to keep that right shoulder down. You can straighten that top leg a little bit for a little support. Opening the IT band, feeling that low back twist. Those muscles that surround the lumbar spine. Opening them up, releasing them. Try and breathe through the tightness. Getting these nice deep twists are going to help us with our final pose that we're working our way into. Breathing brings that oxygen into the bloodstream to open the muscles. Try and go a little deeper. See if you're beginning to open a little more. Keep that right shoulder down. And on your next inhale, come back through center. Squeeze that right knee into the armpit one more time. Bring the left knee in to meet. Squeeze both to opposite elbow or opposite away from each other to your armpits. Now let the right leg go long. This time, left knee is squeezing in. Don't forget to keep the back of the head on the mat. We don't want to be here. We don't want to strain. So staying here, squeeze that knee in. Take a breath in. Roll out the ankle. Get any creaks and cracks out. We will be doing some balancing poses later, standing. And on the exhale, twist over to your right. Again, come up on the right hip. We want that left shoulder down. Again, an early pose, an early twist, no need to go too deep. We're going to get plenty of twists as we go. Let gravity work here. Allow the left knee to melt toward the mat, maybe straighten the left leg a little bit. Feel that nice deep twist. Gaze off to your left. Breathe here, trying to go a little deeper for each breath. Every time you inhale, let up a little bit. And every exhale, see if we can go deeper as you release. Feel that nice low back release. You may feel it through your thoracic spine, the mid back, up what connects to your rib cage. So leaving that space when you breathe. That's why we let up a little bit on the inhale and go deep on the exhale, making space. On your next inhale, come back through center. Squeeze that left knee into the armpit. And on the exhale, let both legs go long. Bring your arms overhead. Stretch out, reaching your toes to mount to one wall and your fingers to the other. Feel like you're pulling your body apart. Big breath in. And on the exhale, bring the knees in and begin to rock and roll along the spine. Since we twisted, we want to start to align the spine now. Do that 3 or 4 times until you come up to a seated position. Once we're in this seated position, bring your bottoms of your feet together like we started. So here you're in cobbler's pose. You can stay like this. You can begin to butterfly the legs. That's going to start to open the hip joints. Feeling those nice hip openers. Sit up nice and tall. Wrap your feet around your toes, keeping the bottom of the feet together. Sit up tall, kind of push your chest through your biceps. Then begin to slowly pull yourself forward. As you're pulling yourself forward, keep your spine long. We don't want to arch and pull the shoulders forward. We want to draw the chest toward the feet. Making space inside the hips. Like I said, this is an early part of class, so there's no need to go too deep yet. We've got plenty of time. You're going to feel the inner thighs open. Maybe your outer hips outside the glutes begin to open, making that space. As you pull yourself down, you're thinking of your chest meeting the tops of your feet. Maybe your elbows are pressing your knees open and away. Make this very active. We're not just laying ourselves forward, we're actively pulling ourselves forward, being active in our muscles, preparing them for work, preparing them for movement, knowing they're not resting. Anytime you begin any workout, you want active stretching, and leave the rest and relaxation for the end, which we'll get to as well. So continue to pull yourself forward. These deep stretches will feel tight at first. Continue to breathe and see how deep you can get. And on your next inhale, begin to slowly come back up. Good. I'm going to have you bend your knees in and release your legs long. As you're here, wiggle out the knees. Flex your toes toward you. This is where you're welcome to grab a strap if you can't reach your toes, or start by bending the knees and reach for the toes and slowly allow them to slide out as far as you can. As you're here, walk your hands forward. Maybe you're touching your shins. That's fine too. Same thing as we just did though. We want to make sure we're keeping the back straight and flat. We don't want to be arching and falling forward. Active stretching. Pulling yourself forward. Think of your chest coming toward your knees, toward your shins. We're opening the backs of the legs in preparation. Feel those nice openers through your hamstrings. Keeping the toes flexed are really going to start to open the hammies. And they are probably going to feel pretty tight depending on what time of day it is for you. As you continue to fall forward, breathe through the tension. One more deep breath here. On the exhale, go a little deeper. And on your next inhale, begin to walk yourself back up. Take your legs, spread them wide. Working our inner thighs once again. Your toes are going to want to come forward. Try and keep them rolling so your pinky toes are rolling toward the back of the room. See how wide you can get your legs. Sitting here, you're going to start to come forward. See how deep you can go. Again, keeping the back straight and flat, not arching and curving forward. Your hands can begin to come out and walk in front of you for support. As you come here, start to come forward a little more. And think of trying to get your navel to your mat. You may not reach there, that's completely fine, obviously, but that's the thought you want to have as to where you're going. Start to think of that navel pulling forward. You can walk your hands a little further at a time. See how deep you can get. Taking time to stretch and open the body is going to help you get into a pose maybe you've never gotten into, maybe a depth you've never gotten into. So it's about taking time. And as I said, this class is about patience. It's about balance. Something I know I struggle with is patience. We all are on this go-go world, so it's important to take time. And yoga does that for me. Slowly begin to walk yourself up here. And on your next inhale, take your chest tall or your chest wide, spine long, and you're going to take your arms and reach for the left leg. Reaching for that left leg, you can simply go with your chest toward your knee, or you can begin to roll open. Get that side body stretch. Reach your arm up, and if you want, try and reach for those toes. Again, this is the depth that you can get to. Maybe you're up here. That's completely fine. Wherever you are, don't fall forward. Try and roll yourself open, keeping your shoulders facing the front of the room. That's going to start to really open the side body, open the shoulders, open the chest, make space in your body. This pose is definitely going to make space. We're going to need space made in the body to get into it. Good. Slowly begin to come back up. The left arm goes up. We roll over to the right this time. You can start by facing your head down to get in, and then slowly roll those shoulders open. Again, you might be here. Wherever you are, reach. Try and roll that shoulder open and back. Maybe your gaze goes up even past the armpit. That sometimes helps keep yourself squared off at the front of the room. Good. On your next inhale, come all the way back up. Bring your legs together and bend. Take your right leg and cross it over the left. That left heel can tuck under you. And think of that right foot, the knife edge side is outside of your left thigh. Hopefully you can see me. My white feet, my black pants though. All right, so we're gonna take and do a nice twist here. What we wanna do is take the right hand behind, left elbow to the outside of that right thigh. So see how deep you can get. Every time we take a breath in, you'll kind of let up. And every time you exhale, see how deep you can go. You should start to begin to open a little more. Another breath, another deep twist. So pushing your elbow into that thigh as you twist. And think of twisting through the low back. Keep the hips and the glutes seated on the mat. Breathing, opening, releasing. Gaze over that back shoulder. Take another breath as you let up a little bit. On the exhale, see if you can go a little deeper. Good, inhale, come back forward. Stay just as you are with your legs and then take your right arm to the outside of your right leg and twist to the opposite direction. This one won't be quite as deep, but we're just evening out. Take another breath in. Exhale, twist a little more. And we release, come forward. Take your legs out in front of you. You're just gonna flip them. Left leg goes over the right now. That right heel is gonna tuck underneath to the side. Left foot's flat here to the outside of that hip. If this is too much, you can always just let your feet up and twist like so. We're working on twisting and opening the low back. So take that right elbow outside of the left thigh and begin to twist open. As you twist open, your gaze is going over that back left shoulder. Sit up nice and tall and long. Again, every time we inhale, we let up a little bit. On the exhale, you twist a little deeper. Doing that nice deep twist. See how much deeper you can get as you begin to open the low back, those muscles. Good. Begin to release, come forward. This time, left arm comes to the inside of that left foot. Twist open to your right, just to even out. Like I said, you won't be able to twist as deep on this side just because of the way the legs are. One more breath here. And exhale, come back forward. Bring your legs untwisted. And you're just going to take yourself into another rock and roll here. That's just aligning the spine after the twists we did. Come onto your back for a moment. Keep the knees bent. Grab the bottom of the feet. Find happy baby. Pulling down on the feet. Maybe you kick one foot out, then the other. You can rock left to right. Feel that low back get a nice little massage. Feel the hips opening. Enjoy that space. Good. Then bring your knees into your chest. Begin to rock and roll again. All the way until we come to all fours. Once you're in all fours, we'll find cat-cow pose. Dropping the belly down, tuck the toes under, shoulders over the wrists, hips over the knees. Take a deep breath in, drop the belly down, gaze goes up, roll your shoulders back. And exhale, arch the spine, push the mat away, tuck the tailbone under. Inhale, gaze goes up, tailbone points. And exhale, arch the spine, tuck the tailbone. Continue here at your own pace. If you want something a little more to the left, you can open your left and right and just tuck the hip to the shoulder, each side. Getting movement in the spine is all we're going for here. So make space, get movement, getting space between those vertebral bodies and the spine that hold us up all day. Good, find stillness here. Take your left hand, inhale, reach it up to the sky. On the exhale, thread the needle, take that left hand, go behind the right wrist, and bring that left shoulder down. This is a nice shoulder opener. Your forehead can meet the mat. Your right arm can stay there, or you can find a bind behind the back. Starting to learn these binds. We're going to be doing a lot of binding. So taking the arm behind you is going to get both shoulders at the same time. Try and keep your shoulder square to the mat. Feel a nice opener here. If you're bound, bring your right arm back down. Press yourself up. Inhale the left arm back up to the sky. Open the shoulder and bring it down. Inhale, other side, right arm comes up. Feel that nice opener. Exhale, thread the needle underneath the left arm. Same thing here, forehead can come down. Left arm can come up and bind behind. Getting that double opener for each shoulder. Feel that opening through the biceps and the deltoids. Breathing. Good, begin to unbind. Bring your left palm down. Inhale, press yourself up. Right arm comes to the sky. And exhale to all fours. Tuck your toes under, press yourself up. Find your first down dog. As you're in your first down dog, begin to pedal the heels down one at a time. Breathing here. Start to open the backs of the legs. Press your palms nice and wide. Spread all your fingers apart. We should be about shoulder width distance with the palms. Feet are about hips width distance. As you're here, raise the heels both at the same time. Exhale, melt them down. Feel the back of the legs open as you press your chest through your biceps and back towards your thighs. Do that again. Inhale, bring the heels high. Balls of the feet. Exhale, melt them down. Press through your palms. Press your chest back towards your thighs, opening the shoulders. On your next inhale, slowly begin to walk yourself forward. Come to a forward fold, ragdoll pose. Feet are hips width distance apart. Slight bend in the knees to start. Grab opposite elbows. Maybe you go left to right, letting that spine open. Allowing traction through the spine, which just means separation and opening. Take your palms here and clasp them behind the low back. Getting some more shoulder opener, you can let them fall overhead. Let your head hang heavy. Try not to have any tension. Try to look forward. Allow your head to just hang here. Your active stretches in the shoulders. If you want more in the backs of the legs, begin to straighten the legs as you're here. If that's too much on your back or your legs, keep them bent, no problem. You're still going to get a nice stretch. Breathe and release your palms down to the mat. Take your left palm, put it right underneath your chest. Take a nice inhale and open up, twist through. You can have a bend in the knees, right arm goes up, gaze can follow, or you can continue to look down if it's okay on the neck. This is where you can also use a block or a book if you need. Here, I want you to straighten the left leg and bend the right. You're going to feel an opener here. Nice twisting. Try and think of just twisting to the spine. Feel that opener. Try and really push yourself open in the twist. And exhale, bring the right palm down, switch it out. Right palm's right under the chest. This time, twist open with the left hand. Twisting open, 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 gaze up or gaze down. This time, straighten the right leg, bend in the left. Feel that nice opener through the back of the right leg. Notice if you can go a little deeper, but also notice your left hip is pulling down as you're bending. That's going to keep you twisting appropriately through the low back, along with opening the right leg. So many little movements can make such a big difference in what you're going for. Left arm comes down. Inhale, halfway lift to a flat back, straight legs if you can. You're welcome to have your hands on your shins here. Whatever works, whatever's opening for you. But I want to make sure you're not crunching forward. Make sure the shoulders are rolling down and back. Think of the head pulling toward the front of the room. Now start to lean forward a little bit as you feel weight come into the balls of the feet. Take another breath and exhale, forward fold. Bring the big toes to touch. Slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time. Inhale the arms up overhead. Bring your palms together. Take your right hand and grab your right wrist. Pull your right wrist up toward the sky. And on the exhale, we're going to half moon here. Try and keep your hips square to the front of the room. We don't want to be going forward. Think of that top shoulder rolling back toward the back of the room somewhat. Pull on that wrist. That's going to open your side body. Breathe while you're here. Make this active. See if you can go a little deeper. And on your next inhale, come through center, switch out your grip. Left arm around the right wrist. Pull that right wrist to the ceiling. Big breath in. Exhale over to your left. Same thing. Roll that right shoulder back. Your gaze can even go up or just straight ahead. Really pull through that shoulder, pull through the wrist so you can go a little deeper. And on your next inhale, come back through center. And on the exhale, bring your hands to your low back. And then push your hips forward. Do a little back bend. You can have a slight bend in the knees. Let your head fall back if it's okay on the neck. Good. On the next inhale, come back through center. Arms up overhead. And on the exhale, forward fold. Once you're in this forward fold, bring your feet wider than hips width distance apart. You're welcome to use a block here if you'd like. We're going to sit into a Malasana squat. So sit your hips down low, knees are wide. You might be able to get to this space. If not, you're welcome to put a block or a pillow here. You're working on opening the hips. You might even be up on the toes. That's okay too. What you want to work on is thinking of your hips slipping or your hips slipping down between your heels. Take your palms and press them together. Press your elbows into the inside of your knees. Shoulders down and back, chest pressing forward. This is a deep stretch. We're going to take it even deeper. You're welcome to stay here or bring your right palm down and try and get your right shoulder to the inside of that right knee. Left arm is going to go up. Feel this nice deep twist here. Gaze is up if you can with your neck. Feel that twist go a little deeper, reaching towards the back corner of the room. Come back through center. Other side. Left elbow kind of presses that left knee away. Inhale, the right arm comes up. This you'll even feel through the front of your shins and your ankles. We're getting everything opened up. Try and go a little deeper here. See how deep you can twist. Exhale, come back through center. On your next inhale, we're going to explode ourselves up. Star pose. Little back bend here if you want. Open the chest, open the shoulders. Keep the feet where they are. Exhale through heart center. Good. On your next inhale, star pose here. Feet are still wide, about 45 degrees. Exhale, go again. Go into that Malasana. We're going to go a little deeper. You'll start to really feel the hips opening. Again, right palm is going to go down. Left arm's going up, twist open. Now here's where you can take a bind if you'd like. You're going to take your left hand and wrap it behind you. See how far you can go. You can grab the back of your yoga pant, or you can try and bring your hand through and get to the inside of your opposite thigh. So this is just a good practice for getting into some binds and twists. Only go to your depth. Again, you can just try and grab for the back of your yoga pants. You can grab a strap here if you want, whatever works. Good. Inhale, release that bind, arm up and come back through center. Same thing here, left hand down, open up. If you can get that bind, go for it. See where my hands are coming through? You're twisting open, bringing yourself into a nice deep twist. And release all the way back through and through the center, hands to heart center. Be ready to explode up. Inhale all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Good, I want you to wiggle out the hips. You're starting to do some nice work here. Nice openers. You might start to feel a little bit of fire through the ankles. You can go up and down. Good. All right, so take your hands, bring your feet together, big toes to touch. Inhale your arms up. We're going to do a couple flow throughs just to get the body moving a little more. On the exhale, forward fold. You can have a slight bend in the knees here. Inhale like we did before, flat back, halfway lift. Think of the head pulling forward, weight in the balls of the feet. Exhale, plant your palms, walk or step back to a high plank and hold. If this is too much, you can drop to the knees. Staying here for a moment. Exhale, lower all the way down to your belly. Untuck the toes. Take your hands, press yourself up. Inhale, up dog. You can press all the way through if you want a nice low back opener. See how deep you can get here. Tops of the feet are pressing into the mat. And exhale, come down, tuck your toes, press yourself up and back to down dog. We're gonna do that 2 more times, a little bit quicker of a pace. Inhale, bend your knees. Exhale, you can step or hop top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms come all the way up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the palms, step or hop back, high plank. You can float a low plank or drop the knees. Inhale through your up dog. The thighs can be off the mat here if you want a little more. Exhale, tuck the toes, down dog. 1 more time. Inhale, bend your knees, come to the balls of their feet. Exhale, step or hop, top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Weight to the balls of the feet. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms come all the way up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, plant your palms, step or hop back, high plank. Float a low plank, again, knees can be down. Inhale, up dog. Thighs can be on or off the mat here. Exhale, tuck the toes, push the hips high, down dog. Give yourself a moment here. Pedal out the heels, find your breath if you've lost it. Nice big breaths through the nose. Big open mouth exhales. 1 more time, inhale through the nose. Exhale, let it go. Good, getting the blood flowing. Find stillness here. Inhale, right leg goes high. Bend your right knee. Try and kick your glutes with your right heel. Just kind of bounce your foot there. On the exhale, take your right foot to the outside of your right hand. So we're in a runner's lunge here. If this is too much, you can drop your knee down. Staying right here, take weight into the left hand, twist open with the right. Open up. Get a nice supine twist. Press that hand back and open, opening the shoulders, opening the low back. Active stretch. Exhale, right hand comes down, drop the back knee if it's not already there. Stay here, you can untuck the toes if it's okay on the back and the knees. Your shoulders should be in alignment with your right knee. You can stay here. For a little more depth, you can come to your forearms, a block or books. You just want to start to feel the hips open even more. Working our way to our peak pose. For even more, take your right hand and start to push your right knee away and come up on the knife edge side of your foot. So your foot's rolling open. You're twisting a little bit towards your right knee. You're either on the palm or the forearm of your left arm. Good, bring your right hand back to the mat. Come up to your palms if you're not already there. Tuck your back toes. Kick the right heel high. 3-legged down dog. And exhale, right foot meets the left. Same thing on the other side. Inhale, left leg goes high. Bend the knee, kick towards your glute. Feel a nice hip opener, bounce the foot. And on the exhale, left foot goes to the outside of the left hand. Again, active stretch. You can bounce a little bit here, feel the hips opening. Weight is going into the right hand, left arm comes open, we twist open. Left hand up to the sky, gaze is up. Feel that nice twist, maybe you let that arm fall open even more just to open the shoulders. And on your next exhale, left hand comes down, right knee can drop down to the mat. Untuck the toes. You can stay here. Notice my alignment of my shoulder with my knee, 90-degree bend or so with your foot and your knee. You're welcome to come down to the forearms, a block, books, whatever works. Just keep your hips squared off to the mat. And you don't want to be up here. We want to think of the hips being magnetized down. Let gravity pull on you. That's what's going to open those hip joints. It's just a nice deep lizard pose. If you want more, twist open, push that left foot knee away. And notice your left foot goes on the knife edge side. So your foot's facing, the top of your foot's facing to the side wall. Feel that twist, feel that opener. Let your hips sink. It is tight, but enjoy the space. Again, you can be on your right palm or your right forearm where I am. You have to find your depth. Good, bring your hand back down. Come back up, tuck the back toes of the right foot. Inhale, left leg kicks high, three-legged dog. And exhale, foot goes down to meet in down dog. On your next inhale, you're gonna step or hop to the top of the mat, bend the knees. Exhale, come up to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back as we've done. Exhale, forward fold. On your next inhale, come all the way up to standing Tadasana mountain pose. Inhale. Exhale, wiggle out the heels, the hips, the knees, all the things. We're gonna do a quick tree pose just to start to find balance. Take all the weight into your left foot. Right knee bends. You can stay here, or you can bring your foot to the inside of your thigh. If this is too much, you can also go below the knee to the calf. If you want even more depth and really open up the ankle, find hot tree, which is the top of the foot to the inside of the left thigh crease. What you're working on here is balance. So start to lift your left kneecap, which is going to ignite your quads. It's going to start to build the strength. It's going to allow the ankle to start to maybe shake a little bit. Your hands can stay here, or you can find a bind with your right arm behind and reach around to your left big toe. If that's too much, that's okay. You can just bring your hands to heart center or grow your branches. Like I said, what you're building here is strength of the left leg is what we're concentrating on. So whatever comes with it for you is up to you. Concentrate on one thing that's not moving. Breathe. We're here for 4 more breaths. Really ignite that left knee, cap lifting, lifting, lifting. And on your last breath, bend your knee. Try and straighten your foot out in front of you. Find balance here. If you can't do this, just leave your knee bent. And then if you can, release your hands out, find balance. You're here for 3, 2, and 1. Right foot comes down. Shift out the legs. Right foot takes the weight. Left knee bends to start. You can stay here. You can bring your foot to the inside of the right thigh, or press it into your left calf, or your right calf, excuse me. The really deep one for more of an ankle stretch, which will feel good since we just balanced on this ankle. Take the top of the foot into the right hip crease. As you're here, you can take that left arm and reach around for the right foot again. That's a good shoulder opener and bind. Breathe here. Or you can have your hands together. We're here for 4 breaths. Continue to breathe. You're welcome to try closing your eyes to really strengthen your balance. Breathe in, breathe out. Begin to unwind from where you are. Bend the left knee. You can stay here, or you can begin to straighten that leg out. You can leave your hands on the thighs, or you can bring them out. We're here for 3, 2, and 1. Bring your foot down, shake it out. Good balance, guys. The main thing you want to concentrate on with your balance is one thing in the room that's not moving. On your next inhale, take yourself up, and on the exhale, forward fold. Hang here for a minute. You can bring your feet hips width distance. Let your arms and legs hang, bend. Take your hands, clasp them over your head. Starting to get open for our peak pose. Do whatever you need to get any more wiggles out, anything out of the shoulders. Slowly bring your toes back together. Inhale all the way up. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your palms, step or hop back, high plank to low plank, or knees can be down like we did earlier. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, your right leg goes high. Exhale, low lunge. Right foot comes between the hands this time. So your hands are framing your right foot. Your right knee is bent to 90 degrees. On your next inhale, come up to crescent lunge. Staying right here. Keep that 90-degree bend. Shoulders are down, arms are up overhead. If it's too much on your shoulders, keep them at heart center. As you're here, take one more breath. And on the exhale, open up warrior two. On your warrior two, your toes are pointing forward, 90-degree bend of the knee. Your back foot's parallel with the back of your mat. Think of yourself nice and open. Arms are reaching in opposition from each other. Shoulders are down, roll them back. On your next inhale, reach back, reverse your warrior. You can stay here, or you can take that left arm and bind it around and reach for the upper thigh. Gaze can be up. Think of the side body making space. Another inhale. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down to 12 and 6. This is where you can have a block here if you'd like. Side angle pose. We're going to start to move into a bind to build to our birds of paradise. You can take that top hand, reach it behind the back. You may stay here, and this is completely fine. This might be where you go today. If you want more, reach that hand through the thigh. Roll that shoulder back and open gazes up. Full on bind. This right hand is going to go underneath the right leg. Left arm connects, so your hands are connected behind and underneath. You can stay here, roll the shoulder open. This might be your peak pose today. This is where you can use a strap if you'd like to grab, or you can grab onto the back of your yoga pants, underneath on your yoga pants, or your hands meet. This is where we start to move even further. If you want to take it to the next level, start to walk your back foot in. As you slowly walk in, you're in a bind here. Your right foot's still facing toward the front of the room. The left foot is perpendicular to it. This is a bind your hands are still together in. Take that shoulder, rolling it back, and gaze can go up or down. This might be where you go for birds of paradise today. If you want to go even deeper, you're going to be taking weight into that left foot. Come to the ball of the right foot. Start to lift yourself up while the hands are still bound. Take your time. This is where we take patience. Patience, balance. Hands are still intertwined. Now, again, another layer. This is maybe where you stay. If you want your next layer, you're going to start to stretch that right leg. This is your full birds of paradise. This is why now you see why we have our hips open, our shoulders open, all the twists. See how long you can build and stay, whatever layer you're in. Bottom leg might be shaking, that's okay. Good, slowly bend out. If you are satisfied, come down. Take that back leg, step it back, come back through your bind, unbind, side angle. And on your exhale, left hand comes down, frame your right foot, step your right foot back, and push back to down dog. Pedal out the heels. See how you're feeling. Drop your knees down. You can find a child's pose here if you want a minute. Breathe. Big toes touch, knees wide. So we did one side, don't worry, we get to do the other. And I want you to take note of how you did on this first side, because the left side can feel very different. You may be able to do more on the other side, or you might not be able to do what you did on the first side. So take note of your body and how it's feeling. Take one more breath in your child's pose. And then slowly walk your hands back up towards you. Bring your knees together, tuck the toes, come back to your down dog. Pedal out those heels. On your next inhale, this time left leg goes high. On the exhale, low lunge, left foot comes between the feet. Staying right here for a moment, square off the hips. On your next inhale, arms come up, stay on the ball of your back foot for crescent lunge. Shoulders are dropping down, 90-degree bend. If again, this is too much, hands can always stay at heart center, no problem. Find what works. Take another breath here. And on your exhale, open up warrior two. As you're in your warrior two, I'm gonna stay with my back to you guys for this one, so you can see the binds from the other side. So staying here, sit nice and low. Think of your back foot's now parallel to the mat, so the heel's down. Knee is bent, toes face forward. Your knee, your front knee always tends to want to come in. Allow it to go away from the midline. On your next inhale, reach back, reverse your warrior. This is where you can find a bind. Maybe you reach all the way through, but just warming up for those binds. Go a little deeper. On the exhale, side angle pose. Side angle pose, tuck the hands to right, 12 and 6. Bend through that front knee. Take that top hand and you're gonna come down either for this kind of bind, you can go to the inner thigh if you reach. Maybe you stay here, maybe you grab onto your shirt or your yoga pant. From here, take this left hand and reach back for the right. Then pull your right shoulder up and open. This is where we are. You might stay here. I'm gonna stay right like that. I'm just gonna switch sides so you can see me from the front now. I just wanna see you to see where the binds are. So, again, this might be your bind, this might be where you stay, trying to really open that right shoulder up. Now we're gonna slowly walk that back foot up. Another layer here. Notice my feet. One foot's pointing toward the front of the mat, the other's pointing to the side of the room, so we're perpendicular. You might stay here, feel that opening. You can bend through that back knee a little bit if it's too tight. Slowly open. This right here is a good pose, is a good bind. This is difficult. Next layer, come to the ball of the left foot. Think of everything squeezing. Start to lift up. This might be my side I'm not as balanced on today. Staying right here. Your next layer. So, as you're here, squeeze your glutes. That's going to help you stay balanced. Dig your toes into the mat. If you want more, begin to straighten. And this is your level. This is your layer. Breathe, concentrate. See how long you can stay. Good breathing here. You can stay longer or begin to come out. Slowly come back the way you came in. Foot down. Walk your back foot back. Undo your bind, side angle pose. Cartwheel the hands down. Frame your front foot. The left foot steps back to meet the right. Push back, down dog. Breathe here. Stay in down dog or find your child's pose. Give yourself that rest. Big toes to touch. Knees wide. Come down and forward, chest meets the mat. Give yourself those few breaths. I want you to feel in your body. Take note of what you did, what felt good, what maybe you want to work on. Either way, showing up to practice a new pose or maybe something you've been working on or something you've tried in the past. Once you take another deep breath, take another exhale. Slowly walk your hands back up to your body. Good. We're going to take our hands down, tuck our toes, down dog. Pedal your feet and breathe. On your next inhale, right leg goes high. Get away from my plan. Right leg goes high. Exhale, low lunge. Staying right here. I want you to take your right hand to the inside of that right foot, spin the back heel down, side angle pose. Reach up. Feel that nice opener. This is where you can find your bind again. If you want to take a full bind, reach that right arm back and behind, grab the left hand, open up. We're going one more time if you want to. Take that left foot, step it up. I'm going to spin towards you guys. So remember, you can be here, or you can begin to try again. Find that one thing to concentrate on. See if you can get more open here. Maybe this time you can straighten the leg if you didn't last time. Maybe this time you made it to the standing when you didn't last time. This is just your chance to try one more time. And again, straighten. Breathe. And slowly begin to meet me back where we started. Come out the way you came in with patience, time under tension. Release the hands, hands down. Right foot steps back to meet the left for high plank. Down dog. Take a couple breaths in your down dog. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. On your next inhale, left leg goes high. Exhale, low lunge. Same thing here. Take the left hand to the inside of that left foot. Spin the right heel down. Side angle pose. Again, you can stay here. You can find the bind. Stay right where you are. I'm just going to flip. So you can take that left hand, bring it underneath, grab with the right. Staying here maybe. Maybe you didn't get here last time. Now we're going to slowly walk that back foot in. Again, maybe this is your pose. If it is, your gaze can be down. This is a great bind. This is a great opener. It's still very difficult. On your next inhale, come up to the ball of your foot. Find your balance. Squeeze through your glutes. Squeeze through the toes. Staying here or open. Stay for as long as you like here. When you're ready, start to come down. Side angle pose is where we'll meet. Open up. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down to frame the top foot. Left foot steps back to the right. Push back, down dog. Pedal out the heels. Drop your knees to the mat. This time find an embryo pose. Untuck the toes. Keep the knees together this time. Bring your hands by your sides. Palms up. Forehead meets the mat. A block, a pillow. Let your arms hang. And just be here for a moment. Big inhale through the nose. Big exhale through the mouth. Bring your hands forward. Come up to all fours. Pull your legs through. Have a seat. Then slowly lay all the way back. Good. I want you to take the bottoms of your feet together like we did in the beginning and let your knees go out wide. Notice how you feel here. You might notice that your heart rate's higher, your breath might be shorter. This is where you need to start to come down and breathe. Moving into a happy baby, bring your knees into your chest to start. Rock left to right. And when you're ready, grab the bottoms of the feet. Take note of how your hips feel now compared to the beginning of class. Feeling much more open. Good. Bring your knees into your chest. Squeeze again. Bring your forehead up to the knees. Big breath in. And on the exhale, release yourself down and allow your muscles to relax and release into Shavasana pose. This is the most important pose after what you just put your body through. This gives your body a time for release, for relaxation. It allows your muscles to just be in the space, not working. Stay lying here and start to take note of your body. Are you clenching your jaw? Release through the jaw. Are you clenching your eyes? Allow your eyes to lie closed, the eyes resting in their sockets. Is your tongue pressing against the roof of your mouth? Allow it to release and settle in. I'll bring you back in just a couple minutes here, so just allow this time and space. Find pride in what you did in your practice, the patience it took to go through that. You might have found yourself getting aggravated. You might have found yourself feeling really proud of yourself throughout the practice. But either way, you showed up, and so pride for yourself and your practice is how you should feel now. Gratitude for being here. Continue to breathe. You can continue to stay in your Shavasana and relax, or you can start to roll out your wrists, clench your fists, point your toes, roll your ankles, maybe massage the back of your head left to right on your mat. Clench your eyes. And when you're ready, begin to take a big breath and reach your arms overhead. Think of your toes reaching to one corner of the room as your hands reach to the other. Big breath in, make space. And on the exhale, bring your arms down, roll onto your favorite side in the fetal position. When you're ready, you can press yourself up to a seated position. Eyes are closed. Hands come to heart center. Head is bowed if you prefer. Finding gratitude in our practice. Being proud of ourselves for finding patience, strength, and conditioning ourselves into something new. Working through layers. Build up. When you're ready, bring your thumbs to third eye center, the space of intuition and open-mindedness. Open-minded with ourselves, open-minded to one another. We bow forward. Namaste. All right, great job, everybody. If you have any questions, let me know. You can drop them in the chat box. How'd everybody do? Is it anybody's first time doing Birds of Paradise? Did you get into a new layer? Just curious how everybody did. It can be a difficult posture, but that's why I love the build up to it. You can slowly build. You can do binds. You can do deeper stretches in your side angle. So it's a nice little build up to something that you eventually will get to the more you continue to open yourself up and get into your practice, into your space. And this is all donation-based class, so we always appreciate on Insight Timer when we have any donations, because we're only paid by you guys in donation. Thank you, Mary Angela. Thank you for the donation. Sarah Dancer, namaste. Felt great. I'm glad the sequencing worked out. I always feel like with peak poses, it's like you do them and then it's over. So I wanted to go through one more little round at the end, give everybody a chance on each side again. Always fun. I am teaching balance and stretch on Thursday at 9 a.m. If anybody wants to join me, 9 a.m. Pacific time. So the same time, just Thursday. And that's just, it's a slow pace, but it's like nice deep stretches, a little bit of yin and hatha mixed, I'd say. And it just teaches yourself balance. And the stretches we get in are nice deep hip openers, deep shoulder openers. I get into the toes, the wrists, the neck. Great, Sharon. Yeah, definitely. If you only want to do one on each side, I completely get it. That was the second side definitely got into the next level, I think, but it just was that second chance. I know how I am. I'm like, I want to redo the right side. I feel like I could do it better, or vice versa. You know, you're just like, I want to get another chance. So I'll be teaching these kind of how-tos and building to peak poses here and there for different poses. I'll do this one again at some point, but kind of leading into different poses and fun things that you can build on, work on, have fun with. Just kind of a class to not take yourself too seriously with and see where you can go. So if anybody has any questions, feel free to drop them. If not, no biggie. But I'm glad you guys showed up. Hopefully you enjoyed. Thank you, Sharon. All right, everybody, enjoy your week. Take everything in each day, be present, and stay safe and healthy. Maybe I'll see you all Thursday morning for a nice deep stretch and balance. Everybody take care. Bye-bye.